Money. We are good to go. Checked in agony. Padded Room Radio is back on the air, baby. My name is Darian, and I am here again with another round of horror bullshit coming right to your ear holes. This is the last show of 2025, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to break it to you. It's the end of an era. It's the end of our grand horror showcase and all of the love that we brought you over the last year. It's all over. It's done. It's history. You're not going to get it again. Except that, of course, you can go back and replay it anytime you want. We got something new, funky, and fresh coming at you in 2026. Speaking of new, funky, and fresh, all of the above, Miss Monica is here. What's up, Monica?
I am here.
You made it, my dear. How are you this evening?
I'm a little stressed out, but I'm here.
I get that. That's what comes with a brand new puppy, babe. I told you. Collateral damage.
He's actually slept the first 2 nights through the night. He gets in his little bed. But he hasn't figured out how to pee outside yet.
Yeah, that's a problem. That is a fucking problem, dude. There's that, and how old is he exactly?
He's 4 months old.
Oh yeah, dude. He's still got the razor blade teeth, and he's still got the irritated gums. So he's just wanting to just grab every fucking thing and just chew the shit out of it. Oh, dude. You know what? I think that's kind of like the bane of having a puppy. Is that it's a puppy, right? It's a baby dog. It's just going to do so much fucking damage and cause so much stress, and you're just like, what the, get the fuck, but then you take one look at it, and you're like, oh, bubba dubba dubba, I need you be just a little cute baby boy, and then you're like, oh, god damn it, I can't even be mad at him, he's too cute. I'm feeling you, man, every step of the way.
I'm lucky because Kona hasn't tried to kill him yet. That we were worried about her.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah,
we were hoping that the girls would play with him because they're so bored all day.
Oh,
but they haven't gotten used to him yet.
Okay, I mean there is an adjustment period, but it's too bad Dusty's not here because he could commiserate with you. The bane of his puppy is that it keeps eating its own shit. Have you been to that neighborhood yet?
Oh,
did we lose you?
Oh, can you hear me now?
There you are. Yeah, is he eating his own poop, Monica? That's what inquiring minds want to know.
Oh, no. Okay. He has not touched poop yet.
Okay, good. So apparently Dusty just has some kind of a savage that is uncivilized.
Oh, he eats poop?
Oh, but not his own.
Oh, he eats the other dog's poop.
Yes, is the thing, as I understand it.
They say there's something missing out of their system when they do that.
Yeah. I have a boxer. He's an elderly gentleman, and I feel like he's like somebody that's trying to quit smoking but is still smoking. You know what I'm saying? Like he eats his own poop. I'll catch him and I'll be like, "Rubble, that's bad," and he'll be like, "Oh, sorry." And then like two days later, I'll smell poop on his breath. Oh no, I was just eating my dog food. That's exactly what he sounds like, by the way. I just been pooping. I just poop. I don't eat the poop. Stupid. Right on, man. Well, we got a regular horror show to get into here, Monica. We got listener mail, horror news, all the usual shenanigans. Are you ready for some horror news, my dear?
Yes, I am.
Me too. Let's do it.
Horror news.
Monica, what do you got for us this week, babe?
So for new releases, I just got one, and it's Ready or Not Part 2 is coming out March 27th.
I'm psyched for this. This looks good.
I know, because you love that chick.
I do. There's two of them. They look exactly the same. It's
yes.
Margot Robbie and Samara Weaving. I can't tell them apart. If one of them like attacked me in a dark alley, and then I went to a police lineup, I would you pick. I don't know, but I like that movie. That was. Did you see the first Ready or Not?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think of that?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. It had It had like a weird Clue vibe to it. You know what I mean? With the old mansion and the aristocratic family and their stupid fucking games and all that shit. I dug it, man. I'm into it. But it kind of fits into that category of really where nowhere to go but down. You know what I mean?
Well, they said that they've stepped up the sequel, so it should be better, as they said.
That's what they always say, though, Monica. That's what they always say. Remember The Howling Part 2? Bigger, badder, wolfier. And then you're like, okay. That was horrible. This is Skinamax with a werewolf is what it is, you fucking clowns. Get out of here. I'm going to check it out one way or the other. I'll reserve judgment until I see it, but hopefully it's not as bad as I think that it very well could be.
Did you see her in her other latest movie, Borderline?
No, but I heard good things about it.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it like 3 times.
Oh, look at you. It must be good. Either that or there's a hot old guy in it. I know it.
No, it is pretty good. It is pretty good.
Yeah, Stephen Lang and a wife beater. Is that what it is?
Oh, I wish he was in it.
Right on, kid. You got anything else?
That's all I got.
I got some good news for you. You ready for this?
Oh, boy, yeah.
Predator Badlands is hitting digital next week.
I saw that. I was like, I bet you have that story.
I do have that story. I haven't seen it yet. Mixed reviews, I know. I'll check it out. I got to check it out, but I'm still not into the look of that particular Predator. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know.
Dusty explained it to us a couple weeks ago, how it's a whole evolution thing, and they start off this way. I know, but that's, I don't know, man. It just doesn't feel or look like a Predator to me. It looks like a guy with a big forehead.
Yes.
And if I want to see a guy with a big forehead, I'll just go to the bathroom mirror, because mine is huge, Monica.
But the parole officer watched it, too. I had him watch it, and he really dug the movie.
It's because he's got a big forehead, too, man.
Yeah.
Me, the parole officer, and the new Predator. We're hanging. You know what they say about guys with big foreheads, right? Absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. Are you ready for all 11 seasons of The X-Files? Because they're headed to Pluto TV after the new year. You can watch the whole shit if you want to.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. I mean, the answer is aliens. So, you know, I mean,
I never watched that show.
There was some cool concept shows. There was like one episode that had vampires in it. There was one episode that was basically filmed like an episode of Cops. Like, you know, there was a camera that was just following what were their names? Scully and Mulder around like
I don't even know.
Yeah, those two guys. It was following them around like that. But the answer is always aliens. So, I mean, once you know the answer, then why are you asking the question? Is what I thought. But, I mean, if you're some kind of an X-Files super freak, then there you go. I don't know how Pluto TV works, to be honest with you, because sometimes I turn it on, and I'm like, okay, Pluto TV, let's see what's up. And then I get like a random episode of Days of Our Lives, and I'm like, what? That's not what I want to watch. And then I turn it off, and I go back to Peacock or whatever. So I think it's like a live streaming service, but you got to like figure it out. You got to figure out what you want to watch, and then you got to find the channel that you want to watch. I don't know. I don't have time for that. Why would I? Why would I do that, Monica? I don't know. That's a whole lot of work I don't need to do. Are you like me? Do you not understand the craze of vinyl records?
Yeah, I can't. Well, I can believe that they're making a comeback, and I'm still bitter about the garage sale I had, because you know how much records are these days?
Oh, yeah, dude. $35 a piece.
Yeah.
And that's for, like, recent prints. Cake Wolf tried to explain it to us at one point. He said it like you got to burn some calories to listen to your favorite song, and that connects you to it somehow. But why? You know, why? I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I can hit the little triangle on my phone and hear the song I want to hear. And that's the end of the equation. So why do I need to wait till I get home, find the vinyl? Okay, I don't know, man. But what I'm getting at here is that for all you vinyl lovers out there, TerrorVision, which is a vinyl production company, is releasing a TerrorVision subscription service. Now, what you can do, if you're into this sort of thing, you can go to TerrorVision, you can subscribe, and they will send you a horror film soundtrack every month for the year of 2026, all 12 of them, including some that have never been pressed before, like The Wraith, a couple of Lucio Fulci movies were on there I saw, but you're basically signing up for a year, and they'll send you one every goddamn month, and good, yeah, have fun with it, because that, all right. If you're into that sort of thing,
do you have to send it back after the month or what?
No, you get it. It's yours. You own it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't look at the price tag because I don't care.
Yeah.
So there's that. But that's exciting.
Okay.
Bad news. The Duffer Brothers. You know them. You love them. They brought us Stranger Things. They have confirmed that The Talisman by Stephen King is not going to be adapted by them for Netflix. That's not happening.
Oh, I don't even know what that is.
It's a book by Stephen King. I've never read it. It has, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's about. But I like the Duffer Brothers. I like Stranger Things. Are you up on Stranger Things, Monica?
I just caught up with the last season, the last 2 episodes, so I'm going to be starting the new season.
I am feverishly trying to catch up. I am somewhere in season 3 right now.
Oh, okay.
And I am like rocketing through these things at double speed, trying to get ready for tomorrow night when they drop the big bomb on us. I know that one of those guys is gay. And if if you've been watching, it's pretty easy to figure out who the gay one is, because he's pretty fucking gay, bro.
Oh, is he gay in the show also?
Oh, yeah.
Because one of them is gay in real life.
Okay, well, I don't know which one is gay in real life, but I know which one is gay in the show.
Oh, and it's the cutest one.
Which one would that be? No Teeth?
He's the one that is the brother of the ugly dude, the redheaded dude. It's his little brother. Oh, my God, I don't know his name.
Will, right?
Oh, yes, Will.
Yes, he comes out, like the last episode was his big coming out. He's gay. I knew it since season 2, when everybody else was getting girlfriends, and he's like, hey, let's play Dungeons & Dragons. Meh.
Okay, well, I didn't know. I thought maybe he's just a slow starter.
I was a slow starter, and I was always like, hey, can I hang out in your closet while you have sex with your girlfriend?
Okay.
Okay, that was weird. All right, anyway, so that's not happening. Bad news there. Lastly, it looks like Stephen King's The Long Walk is streaming to Starz next month. If anybody has a Starz subscription, you can check that out. Pretty exciting stuff there. Have you seen The Long Walk yet, Monica?
Yes, I have.
I heard it's very depressing.
Oh, I didn't think it was depressing.
No?
No.
Okay.
I was like, damn, I'm up for that challenge. I want to see how long I could go.
Well, yeah, but you're going to die is the thing. And it doesn't matter how...
I don't want to do that game. I just want to go and walk as far as I can walk and see.
Take a stroll? Sure. Well, you could do that. You don't need like a challenge. You could just go anytime. Just, yeah, it'd be kind of weird for your job, but you could, you know what? We're gonna see where this goes, okay? Right on, dude. You ready for some listener mail?
Yep.
Here we go.
Listener mail.
All right, yes, ma'am. We got what do we got? We got emails, voicemails, all kinds of fun stuff coming at us. Let's start it off with an email there, Monica.
Okay.
All the way from Sydney, Australia. It's our main man, Tim.
Right, Tim.
The Dummy of Horror. Subject line, Happy New Year. What's up, guys? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Hope you guys are well. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Hope your Christmas was good to you and Santa emptied his sack all over your face. Oh, hello, Dusty, you good-looking rooster. You asked a question the other week about Christmas in Australia and the weather. So for the majority of the month, it's been bullshit hot, usually 35 degrees Celsius, which for you guys is about 95 Fahrenheit. Fucking A. That's the same. That's about the same for you, right, Monica?
Yeah, we're in the upper 70s right now.
Dude, right before we started recording here, I did a cold plunge in my ice tank, which is just in my backyard. It felt like battery acid. That's how cold it was. I got in there and I was like, ah! I fucking fight, get your fucking ass. Oh, it's so cold. And then I get out and I got a nice cool breeze blowing by. And I'll let you know when I find my testicles. I think they might be still in the backyard somewhere. Usually 35, 95. Christmas Day was a little cooler and only reached 66 degrees. So we kind of got a nice cool Christmas. Ha. One year I'd love a white Christmas. I keep asking the wife, but that's a no-go apparently. I feel like there's some kind of a cocaine implication there, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh.
On to the Terradome. Critters win. Darian, you spoke gospel with the Critters ball. Enough said, Critters win. Darian, I do believe you are Cell, or maybe you were trying to throw a curveball and you're actually Michael Myers. Anyway, that's all for me this year. It's been another great year from you guys, and here's to a fun 2026. Much love to you all. XOXO team. Right on, Tim. Thanks for writing in, amigo. Monica, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Who do you think would win in a fight between the infected from 28 Days Later and the Critters?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, it seems pretty simple to me, really.
Oh, the Critters?
Yes! They get into a giant ball, they roll down the street, the infected are done, dude.
Well, that is true. Yeah, I would say the Critters.
Absolutely. And the Critters, while they are kind of cheeky and fun, they show some level of intelligence. The infected are out running around naked, for Christ's sake.
Oh, yeah, the infected are stupid.
They're dumb as shit, man. I mean, they're scary, especially when they're naked, but the Critters, at least, can coordinate and communicate. And at one point, there was a weird Donald Trump critter in that weird series, but that's neither here nor there. Right on. You are correct there, Tim. I was, in fact, Cell from Stephen King with John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. Have you seen that movie, Monica?
Yes, that's the one with the cell phone towers.
Exactly right. What do you think? What do you think of that one?
It was okay.
That is a classic example of what happens when a movie gets leaked. That was supposed to be a huge Hollywood production, big release, big promotion, everything, and then it got leaked, and then because it went viral, which is great, but nobody paid for it, so everybody saw the fucking movie, and then when the actual release date came around, they were like, well, what the, nobody's buying tickets because everybody already saw it, so they just kind of like swept it under the rug a little bit, and now it's just kind of this weird, you can find it in the bargain bin at Walmart type of a thing. But it was still a good show, I thought. Oh,
yeah, it wasn't too bad.
It's a bummer. Things happen that way. Right on, Tim. We got some voicemails coming at us here. All right, never mind. We do not have any voicemails, apparently. So I guess it's... well, thank you very much, Tim, for being the only guy to get a hold of us this week. I get it.
Thanks, Tim.
I get it, dudes. It's the holidays. You don't have time to be fucking around with podcasts. You're too busy trying to get hammered on New Year's Eve and get all your...
got family in town.
Tell me about it, bro. I got a house full of sick in-laws right now, okay? And I just had to kick, I don't know, about 14 of the neighborhood kids out just so that we could record this show. I think they are outside in the driveway with torches and pitchforks trying to lure me out as we speak. Fucking A, dude. Well, thank you, guys, very much for listening. I get it.
Yeah.
And Tim, thanks for writing in, amigo. Your votes are locked. Are you ready to get into a movie here, Monica?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Here we go.
Captain Scarmani, Homicide Squad. The book deals with a murder committed with an old-fashioned open razor.
Wish I'd never written that book.
Oh boy, Monica. It is Tenebrae.
Yes, it is.
By Dario Argento. Now, this is going to close out Dario Argento month here in the padded room.
Praise the Lord.
Oh, come on now. I'm feeling you. I'm feeling you on this, babe. It's, it has been a long 30 days, and we have had an impacted colon full of Italian horror. This is a lot, and you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. She didn't want me to say it, but I'm gonna come out and say it. Monica did not watch this movie. She has never seen this movie, so she is just going to have to bear with me as I try to walk her through it. And there is a lot of fucking moving parts to this plot line here, Monica. This is really something. So it is Giallo. It is the classic murder mystery that we've come to know and love and expect from the Italians. And this is like probably one of the movies that set the blueprint for the Giallo. Before I get into that, let me do the rundown here. It's Tenebrae from 1982, 7 stars on IMDb, written and directed by the Dario Argento. Stars Anthony Franciosa, Juliana Gemma, and Christian Borromeo, I think. Taking a wild stab at that one. It's got a hard R rating, comes in at about an hour and 40 minutes. Now, we are going to start, this is classic Gialli. So, before we even get into the plot, you have to understand a few things. Murder mystery is what it is at its core. Very sordid. A lot of unnecessary TNA, a lot of sexual implications and perversions and little twists about who might be doing what to whom and all kinds of fun things along the way. Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it doesn't really have to either. It's just there to keep you involved, I guess. Keep you watching, because you know that a boob's going to pop out at any second, and it will. So we start off in New York with a guy getting on a plane. He's in an airport at LaGuardia, and before he gets on the plane, he gets paged by the airport fucking people, the PBX or whatever. They're like, "Mr. Neal, you have a phone call." So he rushes to the nearest courtesy phone and picks up the phone and starts immediately getting yelled at by somebody. All we see is him getting yelled at, and he's like, "Jane, listen, Jane, you better chill out, Jane. Jane, goddammit, I'm going to hang up. Jane, look, I understand you're my fiance, but I'm going to hang up if you keep talking to me like that." So eventually he hangs up and gets on a plane to Rome. Now, in the course of this airplane flight, we're going to learn that he is a famous author. His name is Peter Neal. He just published a book called Tenebrae, which in Italian translates to darkness. It's neither here nor there, and the book doesn't really play that big of a part in the movie, other than he is an author, that is his book. It also is some kind of a horror novel, but we'll get more into that in a second. Now, while he's on the plane, we're going to cut to a what I assume is some kind of an Italian shopping mall, and a very attractive young lady at a bookstore in the shopping mall, and she is going to shoplift a copy of Tenebrae. And she could not advertise any more that she is shoplifting a book, because she does a very theatrical job of looking around, Monica, and then making sure everybody can see her stick the copy of the book inside her purse. And she's like, "Ooh, here I go. I'm going to walk right out of here." Of course, she gets stopped by loss prevention, which apparently in Italy is no fucking joke, because this dude like damn near tackles her as she's headed for the door, grabs her, pulls her back into a back office. He's like, look, listen, lady, I know you stole that book. Now cough up the book." And she's like, "Oh, what? No. Oh, crap. Yeah, you caught me. Here's my book. Oh, so sorry." And then I guess he calls the cops, but instead of the cops coming to arrest her, they just give this loss prevention officer more information about her. So he's like, "Oh, it looks like you're wanted in this city and this city for other shoplifting infractions." And she's like, "Oh no, what am I going to do?" And then she's like, "How about I just give you my address?" And the guy's like, "Oh, yeah, well, what am I going to do with your address?" And she's like, "Just come by anytime." So if I'm understanding this correctly, he basically gets a free pass to come fuck her anytime he wants, all over a $6.99 paperback copy of a book. Is that what we're saying? I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. That's the job to have apparently in Italy, is loss prevention officer, because you are sure. Oh, dude, I'll buy you I will purchase the book for you, and you can have it. And then I will see you at your place for a nice romantic evening, okay? I'll be a gentleman. But anyway, we're going to follow this young lady home after her weird sexual encounter with the loss prevention officer. She gets home. She gets accosted by a pervert on the street, but the good news is that the pervert is like on the other side of a fence, so we don't really see the pervert. We just see like hands coming out of the fence and grabbing her tits and ass and stuff, and she's like, "Ah, get away." And then she runs back into her house, and there she is met by our killer. Now, the killer is not the pervert, because the pervert is watching the killing happen through an open window. So it's not him, but there's another guy inside, and this is our Giallo killer. We know him because he's got black leather gloves on, and we get a lot of POV killer cam kind of a thing. He chases her around the house a little bit, and then he eventually catches her, and then he pins her up against a wall, and he's got like one of those shaving razors. And
yes.
Yeah, and he's like ripping out pages from the book. Apparently, the loss prevention officer let her keep the book on the pretext that he was going to come fuck her later. So, yeah, dude, whatever. Huh. The killer is ripping out pages of the book and stuffing them in the young lady's mouth, and then he gets like a chapter and a half down her throat, and then he eventually stabs her with the straight razor and kills her. Ay, very scary stuff. Now, as that's happening, Peter Neal is landing in Rome. So the cops have already been to this crime scene, and they found the book, the Tenebrae. It was Tenebrae that Peter Neal wrote. So their next move is to go directly to the hotel where Peter Neal is checking in, wait in his hotel room in the dark, which is a very 1980s move. You go into wherever the guy's going, and then you hang out in the dark, so when he comes in, he throws the lights on, and he's like, oh, shit, what the fuck? And it's like, gotcha. You don't see that anymore. I don't know what happened to that move. I think that's what I'm going to do to my wife from now on. When she comes home from work, I'm going to turn all the lights out, and then she's going to come home, and I'm going to be like, well, oh, shit! Scare the pants off her. Why? I don't know. Just because I'm a weird dude and I do weird things. Anyway, Peter Neal shows up. He's there at the hotel. He walks in. His, I guess, like literary agent is played by our old friend John Saxon. Remember him, Monica?
Yep.
What a stud. What a fucking stud, this guy. This is a young John Saxon. This is pre-Nightmare on Elm Street John Saxon, Monica. So,
yeah, I saw that. He's got hair.
He's got a full head of hair. I think this is the first time I've not seen him play a cop of some sort or a detective. Blood Beach, he was a cop. What was that? Black Christmas, he was a cop. Nightmare on Elm Street, obviously, he was a cop. Nightmare on Elm Street 3, he was an alcoholic security guard, but he was still kind of coppy. He's always been a cop, man. Every time I see him, he's a cop, except for this time.
Oh, I see him in Western movies.
Oh, is he a sheriff?
No, he's just a cowboy.
Just a Western dude, huh?
Shit, this guy's made 197 movies.
He was huge in the spaghetti westerns, dude. Italians love themselves some John Saxon. And so do I. Anyway, he's Peter Neal's literary agent. He's like, hey, come on in, man. We got you here. We all set up. Here's my intern, Jeremy. He's going to help you out as you go. I'm going to line up some things. And first thing Peter says when he hits the ground, hey, Jane is still in New York. She's fucking mad at me. She's crazy. Just don't let her know where I'm staying, okay? And Saxon's like, yeah, you got it, buddy. Jane is Neal's fiance, Peter Neal's fiance. And she's a little unstable, apparently. Okay, excellent. From there, the police show up, and they're like, hey, man, we just found a dead girl with a bunch of pages from your book stuffed down her throat, so we need to ask you some questions. And Peter's like, well, what the fuck do I know about this, man? I literally landed in Rome 16 minutes ago. How would I know any? My book is published everywhere. Wouldn't you fucking know, Monica? As they're interrogating Peter Neal, the phone in his hotel room rings, and it's the killer. And the killer's like, hey, you fucker, I'm going to get you. And Peter's like, hey, Detective so-and-so, get on the other line. And then the killer's like, hey, yeah, I can see you. I can see you right now. And Neal looks out the window, and he sees somebody standing in a payphone right down, like, at the first floor. And then the detective sees it, too, so he goes hauling ass out there trying to catch this guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't, but he did hear some of the phone calls. So we can kind of relieve ourselves right now of the idea that Peter Neal might be the killer, because there was another party involved here. And the cop comes back, and he's like, hey, man, well, I don't know who that fucking weirdo was, but that was probably our killer. So you get any more phone calls like that, I need to know about it. And, try to steer clear of any weirdos. And if he calls you again, hey, just watch out, because this dude is looking for you, and he already killed one girl, so just watch out there. Peter Neal's like, yeah, okay. Now, at this point, we're going to meet Daria Nicolodi. Does that name ring any bells, Monica?
No. Wait, she's been in his other movies.
She has, 5 of them, and at this point, she was Dario's wife. So, naturally, she's going to show up. She is like Peter Neal's Italian handler. So, she does all the translating for him, and they're old friends, apparently, and she's following him around. And everything's good here for a little bit, but it's not a romantic relationship at this point, but they're just kind of friendly and hanging out. Everything's cool. And then the next morning, while Peter's getting ready to do an interview, somebody slides a note under the hotel door. Peter's like, what the shit? So he goes taking off after the dude, doesn't find him, unfortunately. And then he's like, well, what does this fucking note say? And it says something about ending the perversion of your disgusting writing, and I'm going to kill fucking people. And Peter's like, this fucking killer is still looking for me. Now, at this point, we're going to cut away from Peter Neal and go completely off to a totally different thing going on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What we had, this is weird. And I feel like it's a Italian, something you'd only find in early 80s Italy. What I believe we have here is a lesbian couple, I believe. I could be wrong. And if somebody can straighten this out for me, I would love to hear a reasonable explanation. But what I perceive to be a lesbian couple in a bar/arcade. There's a lot of video games in this place. And they're having a couple of drinks. And the weird situation between these two lesbians, I think, is that they are in fact lesbians, okay? And I'm speculating completely about this, Monica. They are lesbians. They're very much a couple. However, one of them periodically needs a deep dickin'. She needs to be with a man. And the other one has reluctantly agreed to be like the lesbian cuckold in the situation so that semi-lesbian number one can go get fucked by a guy periodically. And she's like, well, okay, if you got to do it, just... I don't know, but it's a very weird situation. But anyway, these two young ladies are in a bar, and one of them is like, hey, you see that dude over there playing Ms. Pac-Man? She's like, yeah. Well, he's going to fuck me right now if I take him back to my place. And lesbian number two was like, God damn it, Janice. I thought we talked about this, and you said you didn't need any more dick in your life. And she's like, oh, go fuck yourself, Cheryl, because you know what? This is happening. He seems like a cool dude, and you know what? That's what's going on. And the other one is like, fuck, you know what, Janice, go fuck yourself. Have fun with your hard cock over there.
I'm on that scene right now.
Oh, it's bananas, Monica. I don't know what's happening. And the lesbian number one has like one tit hanging out the whole time while she's at the video game arcade. So that's strange also. For lack of a better term, Janice and Ms. Pac-Man player number one go absconding to their apartment where they presumably have sex, which is great. Fast forward a couple hours when Cheryl, I'm just paraphrasing the names, comes home, and she's like, Janice, you're a fucking whore. And Janice comes down, again, with one tit hanging out, like half-ass wrapped in a bedsheet. And she's like, don't you want to know what happened between me and Ms. Pac-Man guy? And she's like, I already know what happened. He fucked you, didn't he? And she's like, yeah, it was great. I'm going to tell you all about it. And she's like, you're a fucking whore. This is like some weird... like a weird gay romance novel fucking thing. I don't know, man. I'm at a complete loss with this. Anyway, this bizarro situation goes down, and then our killer shows up here at the lesbian's apartment, and make a long story short, kills Janice, still with one boob hanging out, wrapped in her toga bedsheet, and then plays a little cat and mouse game with Cheryl. And for some reason we get to see Cheryl naked also for a couple of beats, and then the killer kills her too. And apparently this scene is like shot for shot one of the scenes in Peter Neal's book, which is also creepy. Okay, exciting stuff. Wildly unnecessary in the plot of this movie. I feel like Dario just said, "Hey, let's make this freaky." You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's throw that in there.
We're missing a couple of tits, so let's get those out, and let's see how sexually taboo we can ratchet this up in a weird way. So that's what happens. Janice and Cheryl are now dead in some scene mirroring a chapter in Peter Neal's book. Now we're going to cut back to Peter Neal, who's got all these press interviews and stuff like that. He is about to be interviewed by one of the local dudes, I guess, for some newspaper or something. And this guy is also a weirdo. He seems okay at the start. Like, he's just asking him some softball questions. He's like, hey, what are your inspirations? What's your next project? Blah, 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 blah. And Peter's like, well, I've got a lot of things on the back burner. And then out of nowhere, the interviewer is like, hey, wouldn't it be great if all the perversions and fucking weird shit that you write about were just gone from the world? And Peter's like, what are you talking about? And the interviewer's like, yeah, you write about a bunch of gross sex crap and sluts and nasty, and it's all disgusting and gross, you fucking pervert. And Peter's like, okay, interview's over, dude, you fucking weirdo. So that's great. He gets out of there, but this guy is now like suspect number one. Okay, interesting. Now, we're going to meet, for some reason, I want to say it's the maintenance man's daughter of the hotel that Peter is staying at. She's like, I don't know, 13, 14 years old, it looks like. And it's Italian, Monica. I know, it's creepy, right? But it's Italian, we just got to write it off. She comes rolling in, and she's like, hey, I'm here to fix the fucking heat, hot water thing. And they're like, oh, yeah, come on in. So she comes in and fixes it, and she's like, hey, you're the writer guy. And she's like, yep. And she's like, all right, I got to go see my boyfriend. And she kind of flirts with that intern dude for a hot second, and then she takes off. Okay, everything's cool there for a second. And then the intern guy is like, hey, did you see that 13, 14-year-old? I'm going to go see what she's going on. So he goes taking off after her. And at that point, Peter looks out the window, because now he's kind of paranoid about the killer might be watching him, and he sees what he believes to be his crazy fiancée, Jane, drive by in a car. Now, Jane, for all intents and purposes at this point in the film, should be still in New York. She never made any mention of coming to Rome, and nobody said anything about her being there, so Peter thinks he's found the killer. He's about to call the cops, and he's like, oh, it's that crazy bitch Jane. But then he's like, oh, God, well, we are getting married, and what kind of publicity is this going to be for the book? Well, maybe she'll just decide to not kill anyone else. I think, you know what? She killed 2 lesbians and a shoplifter. I think she's got it out of her system, so I think we're good from here on out. And this is where things start to get a little saucy between Peter and Anne, played by Daria Nicolodi. Every time Peter brings up Jane, Anne gets a little touchy-feely and standoffish and a little possessive. So things might be escalating there. We don't know just yet. All right, but it's kind of weird. We see the 13-year-old take off on the back of a moped, presumably with the, the intern there, but we can't see because he's got a helmet on. So we're going to fast forward, presumably later that night, in which the 13-year-old is now getting dropped off by the guy on the moped. Now, the 13-year-old, whose name I can't recall, is a young lady. I don't know what kind of upbringing she had, but apparently when she encounters a dog in a fence, her instinct is to stop, kick the fence, and harass the dog for a little while, which is kind of fucked up, I'd say.
Yes.
She does that. Nice dog. I'm going to say probably a Doberman or something like that. And she's like, you shut your mouth. And then she's like, starts hitting the gate with a stick. And she's like, get out of here. And then she starts walking off. And as she's walking off, the dog eventually hops the fence and starts chasing her. Okay, now she's freaked out, so she starts running, but she's wearing high heels. She cuts through a park. She cuts through a neighborhood. The dog is still on her ass. Eventually, she hops a fence into what appears to be some kind of a millionaire's estate, we'll say. Very palatial pool situation, some kind of a hot tub, but she's in the backyard, and the dog, she can hear the dog, and then she's banging on like these huge glass doors, and she sees a dark silhouette kind of pass in front of him. So she's like, you have to let me in. The dog is going to kill me or at least rip my blouse. So now this millionaire guy is like, I don't know. But she manages to get into the house, and then we find out our millionaire is actually our killer because he shows up with his black leather gloves and his straight razor and kills the 13-year-old.
good.
Yeah, fuck her anyway. Don't fuck with random dogs, you bitch. That was probably not. I'm sure she was a lovely lady, but still. Okay, well, that's creepy, and now she's dead. And now the cops are, apparently that also mirrored some kind of a scene in Tenebrae, because now the cops are going back and forth again with Peter Neal, which is creepy. So we do a little actual detective work. We have 2 actual detectives working on this case here. And they're like, oh, well, we found her at this place, and it kind of mirrored that place. And then Peter Neal is like, maybe this is something, maybe it's nothing, but I did have a weird interview with this weird guy from one of the local channels, and he kept making all these remarks about me being a pervert, and he wanted to do a race perversion and stuff like that. And the cops are like, well, we'll look into it. But Peter Neal is like, I think that's our killer. So him and the intern, little 19-year-old Jeremy, decide they find the address of the interview guy, and they decide they're going to his house to do a little investigation of their own. Okay. Again, this reporter has like this palatial estate. So it's the same house where we saw the 13-year-old get killed. They go creeping through the woods and, it's kind of sneaky. They decide to split up, which is always a bad idea. And the Jeremy, the 19-year-old intern, makes it to the back door. Now, when the killer calls, he's got a very distinct kind of high-pitched voice, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. You stinky guy. I got to really kill you. I got to stab you. And as Jeremy's getting closer to the house, he can hear somebody speaking in that voice. So Jeremy's like, oh shit, the killer's here. What the hell? But he doesn't know where Peter Neal is. So he's watching somebody walk towards like the door, and it's the reporter guy, and he hears somebody go, I'm going to kill you. And then he sees like a random axe come out of the shadows and kill the reporter guy with an axe to the head, tomahawk style. Hi-ya, pow! And then the voices stop, and then, of course, Jeremy, our intern, being the 19-year-old young fellow that he is, just faints on the spot. He's like, oh! And then we cut to the police showing up, and John Saxon's in the house, and they're like, hey, what the hell? We got a dead reporter. And Jeremy wakes up, and he's like, I saw the killer. It wasn't the reporter guy, because I saw him, but somebody killed the reporter guy. It was obvious that, so it couldn't have been him. And then Peter Neal comes staggering out of the woods, and he's got like some blood trickling out of his head, and he's like, oh, somebody hit me in the head with something, and I got knocked out, and I just came to. What the hell happened? And they're like, oh, well, this reporter guy got killed, and what were you doing here, by the way? And then Peter Neal's like, I thought he might be the killer. I told you, you fucker, but nobody listened. So now they're like, well, clearly it was not the reporter. Had to be somebody else. I don't know what's going on here. Now we're going to cut to John Saxon's office. Peter Neal comes running in. He's like, hey, man, I would like to get the fuck out of Rome because I am now involved in multiple murders, and I didn't want anything to do with any of this shit. I'm sure it's going to be great publicity, by the way, but I would still like to leave as soon as possible. And John Saxon's like, yeah, I agree. Let's get you the fuck out of here as fast as we can. I'm going to call the airport and get you the next flight to back to New York. So now we cut to, first we're going to stay with John Saxon, because as soon as Peter Neal leaves the office, John Saxon has like a weird behind the bookcase secret panel. And as soon as Peter Neal leaves, he opens the panel, and out comes who else but Peter Neal's fiancée, Jane, the crazy bitch. And you're like, oh, there's your killer, right? Wrong, because all she does is make out with John Saxon, and she's like, oh, that fucking asshole, I can't wait to not be married to him because I'm just going to fuck John Saxon all day. And John Saxon is like, yeah, let's do it, baby. I am paraphrasing, obviously, but that's the crux of their conversation. But then John is like, okay, you got to get out of here because I don't want anybody seeing you or knowing you were ever here. Okay, so it's possible that John Saxon could be the killer, right? Also possible that Jane could be the killer. Also possible, at this point, knowing the formula of the Giallo, I'm leaning towards Jeremy the intern. And the reason I lean that way is because he's an innocuous character from the first act. At this point, I think he's had 4 lines of dialogue, but you can't say for sure that he's the killer because technically he saw the reporter get killed with that axe to the head before he fainted. So we can't say for sure, but we're going to have to bend and break a lot of rules here, Monica, because that's just how the Italians do it. They don't give a shit. All right, so at this point we have Jane there in Rome, John Saxon fucking Jane there in Rome. We have Peter Neal, who seems to be the epicenter of all these murders happening. We have 2 somewhat inept detectives that are probably, I mean, it's a guy and a girl detective, so there's a good chance they're having sex with each other. It's Italy, for Christ's sakes. And we got a lot of other, and we also have a dead 13-year-old, which is kind of creepy. All right, well, that's where we're at. So now what's going on? Peter, from leaving John Saxon's office, goes back to his hotel with his interpreter/handler, Anne, played by Daria Nicolodi. From there, we get another weird scene that could only happen in Italian cinema, where they're kind of, she's like, okay, well, you got to go back to New York. Let me help you get packed. And he's like, yeah, I got to go back to New York, so I should probably get the fuck out of here. And then all at once, they both just stop what they're doing, and they're like, we should have sex with each other. We should. Let's just do that. So they start making out, and then at one point, Anne's like, hey, man, okay, we're gonna bang here, but when we're done, we're gonna pretend this never happened, okay? And he's like, I got a hard cock, so whatever you say, sweet pea. And they just that's what happens. So we can now also confirm that while Jane is cheating on Peter, Peter just had sex with Anne, so he's in the cheating arena also. Okay, cool. Now this is where things get very cheap, and this is probably the worst part of the movie, because we're going to cut back to Italian police precinct where our 2 detectives are trying to crack this case. We have 2 detectives. I forget their names, but there's a guy and a girl. And out of nowhere, the girl comes up to the guy, and she's like, hey, I just found this mysterious witness. She's a Filipino young lady, but she also speaks Spanish. And she says she has some information on Peter Neal and another female. So there's like a weird questioning period that we don't really get any information on, other than like a minute later after Peter and Anne are done having sex, the female detective is like, oh shit, we got a real problem, and she goes hauling ass out of the precinct, right? So from there, this is where things get really weird, because we don't know who the killer is yet. We know that the female detective has some inkling of what's going on and who the killer might be. So at this point, it's now this thundering rainstorm going on here in Rome. Peter Neal is trying to get the fuck out of there. Jane calls Anne. So this is the fiancé calling the random handler that Peter just had sex with. And Jane is like, oh my God, I'm going crazy, Anne. Sometimes I feel like I'm not myself and I don't know what I'm doing. And you got to help me. I'm acting irrationally, and don't let me kill myself. And Anne's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, how long have you been in Rome, you crazy bitch? Number 1. Number 2, don't do anything rash. I'll be right there. Okay, so Anne goes hauling ass over to wherever Jane is. While that's happening, Jane has loaded a gun and is literally just sitting at a table with the gun pointed at the front door. Like, as if to say, whoever comes through that door is getting blasted first. Okay, so right. I gotta assume that Jane was intending to kill Anne, and the only reason she would want to do that is because she found out that Anne just got nailed by Peter. But at the same time, Jane apparently has been getting banged repeatedly by John Saxon. Can't really blame her for that. He's a sexy son of a gun. Okay. In the meantime, John Saxon gets killed. I glazed over that part. John Saxon gets killed randomly, like in a weird stabbing in the middle of a square. So he's out of the equation. Jane is pointing a gun at the front door. And then because like the kitchen table that faces the front door is right next to a window, out of nowhere, as she's pointing the gun at the front door, an axe comes crashing through the window and cuts Jane's arm off with the gun. Okay. At that point, the front door comes open, and we see somebody like, what the hell's going on? But, so it's a blonde young lady, which we assume at that point could be Anne, because Anne was blonde also. And she's like, what the shit's going on? Jane is getting, like, bludgeoned with the axe. This blonde young lady comes around the corner. We can't tell who's doing what. All we know is that Jane is getting axed up real nice, and Anne or somebody else is there and could possibly be doing the axing. So as this new young lady comes around the corner, we find Jane already dead from all of her axe wounds. And then we see the axe come down again, and it clips this new blonde young lady, and like right on the neck, and she dies and falls down. At this point, if you can keep up with this, Monica, you are doing very well, because I am struggling every second of this.
I'm at the scenes that you are talking about. So.
Okay, perfect. So that's where the blonde lady comes down, and then I hope I'm not spoiling this for you, but this is how it goes down. Like the axe comes up, and then we see like somebody with a gun come into the room, another person with a gun. He's like, freeze! And then he's like, what the hell? So this is the detective with the gun. And then we see our axe murderer, who is in fact Peter Neal, who has just killed blonde lady number 2, and presumably Jane as well, because he's holding the axe that we saw her get killed with, correct?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he's like, I got it. At first he's like, oh shit, Anne killed everybody. But then we get the reveal that the blonde lady that he just killed was not, in fact, Anne. It was the detective, the female detective, who was rushing to this place to try to, I assume, arrest Jane under the pretext that Jane may have been the killer, I guess. I don't know. But then we find out that Peter Neal was the one that killed the detective and Jane because he had the axe. So then finally Anne comes into the room and she's like, what the hell? What's happening here? I don't know. As all this is going on, we get this no, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die moment where Peter is explaining to everybody that the first killer, so there's been multiple killers, is what we're going to find out here. The guy that killed the shoplifter and the lesbians was actually the reporter, and we'll know that because as this is happening, young Jeremy is back at the house of the reporter, and it's all coming back to him, and he's like, oh shit, it was the reporter who was talking like the killer, so that must have been, but then who killed the reporter? Because the reporter was the killer, right? And he was like, I gotta kill you, you fucking pervert. It was actually Peter Neal that came in through the side door and killed the reporter. And now, here at this point of revealing, Peter Neal is like, yeah, dude, he killed a couple of dudes, but then I was like, well, I'll just kill him, and then any further killings I can get away with, people I just want to get rid of in general, will probably all get pinned on him also, so I'll just keep killing people, and I'll be back in New York by Wednesday, and everybody will just pin all these dead bodies on our dead reporter. It'll be great. And the detective is like, oh, yeah, okay, well, thanks for confessing. That clears a lot of things up, but now I got to take you to jail. And then Peter's like, oh, no, you do not. He grabs a shard of glass and seemingly, or I think it was a steak knife or something, seemingly slits his own throat. And he's like, you're not taking me to jail. Gay! And then blood comes out and slices his own throat. The detective is like, well, holy shit. I was not expecting him to do that. This is a nasty crime scene. It's just him and Anne at that point. This is a nasty crime scene. Let's get the fuck out of here and let the forensic guys get into this. So him and Anne get in the car, and he's explaining everything to her. And then he's like, shit, you know what? I think I left my thing on the thing, or I got to go do something. So he goes back into the house, and this is where we find out that Peter Neal's body is not there. All the other dead guys are there, but Peter Neal is not there anymore. So the detective is like, oh, that motherfucker, he's not dead. pulls his gun and starts walking around the house like, Peter, are you not dead anymore? Can you come out and talk to me, please? And then, of course, Peter kills the detective with the axe. Very cool. Peter's like, yeah, I'm getting away. Anne, on the other hand, is out in the car in the pouring rain, and she's like, oh, fuck this shit. I got a bad feeling. So she goes back to the front door, and this part is particularly stupid, in my opinion. But, like, in front of the front door is this weirdo, ornate metal sculpture that looks like somebody just hot glued a bunch of Harley Davidson pipes along with steak knives sticking out of them. It's like somebody just said, here's a bunch of sheet metal, make the most dangerous contraption possible, just form it up and hot glue it into some kind of a weird, deadly thing that could easily kill a house pet or a small child, and put it in front of the door, please. So Peter Neal is inside the house, and he's like, I got to make a break for it. But he sees Anne trying to get into the house, so he goes back into full psycho mode, and he's like, Anne finally gets the door open, and Peter says, I'm going to get you, and he goes running at the door with the axe, full speed, but then Anne accidentally kicks the weird sculpture over, and it impales Peter and, like, tacks him to a wall, and he's dead, and that's pretty much the end of your movie there, Monica.
Yep, that was the end.
Woo! That is a lot. You got a lot of moving parts here, Monica. A lot of red herrings. It's a good murder mystery, I would say. Very salacious. A lot of weird sex stuff. Lesbian cuckolding, apparently. Weird. That might be my new Pornhub search variety, lesbian cuckold. I think I could find some interesting things. I would say it's a good murder mystery. It's a good, I think it's a good horror movie. You are not going to guess the real killer until probably the last 8 minutes, except, of course, I just ruined it for you. So I saved you some of the legwork, but if you're watching this for the first time, I think you'll enjoy it. I am ready to be done with Dario Argento, Monica. I'm going to be honest with you.
I agree.
I love the man. I love the man dearly. Big fan of his work. Some of this shit just doesn't make sense, though. Ay. What would you say was your favorite movie of our Dario Argento month here, Monica? Tenebrae? No. Did you watch Trauma from last week?
Yeah, I did watch it. And then as I was watching it, I was like, oh, I've seen this before. I did see that a long time ago. Yeah, for me, it's going to have to be Two Evil Eyes. Two Evil Eyes.
Yeah, that's the only one that makes any real sense. I mean, Deep Red was good. Inferno is good only if you watch it right after Suspiria. If you watch it by itself, you're going to be scratching your head the whole time. I think he is more at home in the Giallo region. When he kind of, I don't know. I like Suspiria. I like Inferno. Mother of Tears is a little wacky, but when he goes into Supernatural Town, he's like a kid in a candy store, and he can't figure out which fucking movie he wants to make. Like Phenomenon, for Christ's sakes. Is this a movie about a girl that can control insects, or is it about a weird troglodyte serial killer? Or is it a movie about a killer chimpanzee? You got to make up your mind here, Dario. You're leading me astray. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Oh, yeah. All right, Monica. I need a little break after that. I think I need a throat lozenge or something. Let's take a little break. We'll come back with some other stuff, huh?
Got it.
Hey inmates, if you like what you hear, head over to the Padded Room Facebook group and support us through the Patreon link with a small monthly donation. Check out the T-Villain link at paddedroom.podbean.com and grab some t-shirts. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man, oh man. You know what I think I've come to discover, Monica? Italian horror, pretty good. But, not unlike the food, if you're not in the mood, it's not going to work for you. You know what I mean? If you're craving like a cheeseburger and somebody rolls up with a plate of lasagna, lasagna is good. I love me some lasagna, but just not right now, you know? And especially if somebody rolls up with like lasagna for 3 nights in a row, 5 nights in a row, you're like, okay, already. All right. It's good. I love lasagna, but enough is enough. I can't do it anymore. It's good, man. I love Italian horror. There's different strands also, and we didn't really get into that. If you watch a Mario Bava movie, it's vastly different from a Dario Argento. Same with Lucio Fulci, Luigi Cozzi. There's like a whole Italian mob of horror directors that have just made some of the weirdest fucking movies. But they're all different, and they all have like their own vibes to them too. So don't be dissuaded by, some of the Giallo-esque films of Dario Argento. If that's not your thing, you could still easily watch a Luigi Cozzi movie or a Mario Bava movie. It's completely different, man. But it's still different from what we as Americans are used to. So again, in the mood for Italian, great. Not, put it on the shelf, wait till you're in the mood, and then dust it off. That's all I'm saying.
Which one of those guys makes movies that I would like?
You, I think, are going to be in the... I'm gonna put you in the Lucio Fulci category. A lot of blood and guts, not a lot of story to back it up. Just a lot of, it could almost be called gonzo horror.
Oh, he did Gates of Hell.
Gates of Hell. There was The Beyond, which does not make a lick of sense, but it's fine. What else? Zombie, which I get what he was trying to make a sequel to, what he calls a spiritual sequel to Night of the Living Dead, but it, again, has nothing to do with anything. It just is his own thing. But that's fine. I think you would be more in the Lucio Fulci category. All right, dude, I can't talk about Italian horror anymore. I'm done, Monica. Don't drag me into another conversation. I can't do it. What I can do is the Pterodome.
No tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in. I'll kill you all. I'll drive you crazy. I'll kill you all. I'll be the great you ever had. My worst dream come true.
6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. With blackish eyes, the devil's eyes.
Welcome to the Pterodome.
First, last week's winners, ladies and gentlemen. Teams competition, we had the Critters versus the Infected. Site 17 fell silent in the night. Human personnel lay dying in pools of their own blood. Whatever diseases or wasted knowledge they carried died with them. Outside, the black scourge moved into the English countryside. With a vote of 4-0, the critters advance over the infected. I like that.
Okay.
I like the critters. I know. Not a lot of people do. I mean, if you think about it, they're just kind of Gremlins knockoffs, but they're a little bit more in the horror category. Gremlins, I felt like, were more like Christmas comedy kind of thing, Phoebe Cates. Critters were actually killing people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that. Let's take a look at this week's matchup, shall we? As usual, inmates, bear with me. I'm not much of a writer, and I feel like I've used up all my words tonight trying to explain Tenebrae. We are in the Asylum Conference Round 11. Test Subject 82B was a viable threat on many levels. The Umbrella Corporation went through great lengths to secure and contain the subject in the hopes of somehow isolating an enzyme taken from its blood that could revolutionize medical technology. Until its actual capture, 82B had been a creature of ancient folklore, the living dead, cursed to immortality and damned to never see the rays of the sun again. 82B was the real thing and possibly the only or last of its kind. 82B was vampire. Since Malik's capture, the Brood worked tirelessly to facilitate his return. The Umbrella Lab could not be negotiated with, that much was clear. The lab would have to be infiltrated, Malik extracted safely, and all evidence of his existence destroyed. The Umbrella personnel on site could not be left alive. Team's competition, we have the vampires versus the Umbrella Corporation, Monica. What do you think of that one?
Oh, it's going to have to be the vampire.
I agree. I agree with you. I like the Umbrella Corp. I think that they have a lot of nasty things. T-virus obviously is a problem. Nemesis is a problem. Those weird brain head things with the giant tongues. Lady pleasers for sure, but still a problem. But vampires can turn into mist. You know what I'm saying? Bats, wolves. They can do a lot of things, and I feel like if you could get to, if like a random vampire could get to Albert Wesker and offer to turn him into a vampire, he's gonna do it. You know what I mean? And then you're gonna have a real problem because you're gonna have a vampire infected with a T virus. But we're not there. We're not there yet. That's a whole other movie right there. That would be a good movie, though. I think.
It would.
That is your Pterodome matchup for the week, inmates. It is the Vampires versus the Umbrella Corporation. Get us your votes by next week if you can. The mental health hotline is area code 775-387-0275. Or just email us if you want to, mail@paddedroompodcast.com, and we will count your votes and find out who wins this battle next week. Or, should I say, next year. All right, while you're contemplating that matchup, we're going to tell you what movies we got to watch this week in a little segment called What Are You Looking At?
What are you looking at?
Monica, have you seen a movie called The Mannequin from 2025?
No.
It is interesting. Basically, what you have is some fashionistas that are renovating and taking over a fashion studio, I guess. I don't know. But there's a haunted mannequin there that is killing them off one by one.
Okay.
It sounds like a very tired plot line, but I will say that they did a great job of filling out the backstory of this mannequin and how it got haunted and why it's killing people. The shortfall, though, I feel, is that the main character was such an unlikable bitch that you, at a certain point, you start rooting for the mannequin just because you hate her. You know what I mean? That's never a good sign in a horror movie when you're rooting for the bad guy. But that's kind of where that was at for me. It's a good show. I'll tell you that. It's not bad. You can only go so far with, I mean, mannequins are creepy, right? You get a bunch of them together and they're all like in one room and you don't know, you think maybe one of them is an actual guy, but you're like, oh, I don't know. Maybe it should be a mannequin, but it's not. But at the same time, it could not be, might not be. You don't know is what I'm saying. But then it comes alive and it starts killing people, and that's kind of creepy. So they did some cool things with like the creepiness of still life mannequin. I'll say that. I watched that. I watched Freelance from 2024. Have you heard of this one?
No.
Not bad either. Basically, you have a freelance film editor. It's Australian. She's been blacklisted because she's been doing a lot of porno work. And apparently that's a big deal in Australia. If you do porno work, then you like can't do any normal work at all because you're involved in porno. But somebody contacts her and they're like, hey, we're going to send you these creepy clips and then you edit them together for us and we're doing this web series. It's going to be great. $1,000 an episode. She's like, yeah, sounds good. The clips that they send her are basically from a snuff film, and then the snuff kind of starts getting into her head and she starts kind of hallucinating and it kind of spins her out of control a little bit. Not a bad show, very cerebral. You kind of there's some allusions to her being mentally unstable to begin with, and then she starts like acting out, and you're like, oh, who's really crazy? Are you really doing this? Whole thing gets buttoned up very nicely at the end, and you get a good snapshot of what really happened. But up to that point, it's a pretty good show. Lastly, I caught Older Gods from 2023. Have you seen this one?
No.
Also on Tubi. Guy's best friend commits suicide like in a weird abandoned farm on a homestead in Eastern Europe. So he goes there because he misses his best friend and he wants to reconnect. And then he finds out that his best friend was doing like a news story on this death cult and how they worshipped like an older god. It gets very Lovecraftian and Cthulhu-esque in a weird way. It was pretty good up until the end. When you get to the end, you're like, ow. It's just a big pyramid scheme is what it was. God damn it. You're expecting like Cthulhu to show up and like destroy a continent, but then you're like, oh, it's just some drugs and some hot chicks and blah. That's all I'm looking at, Monica. What do you got this week?
Wow.
Yeah. Disappointing.
Let's see. We did a rewatch of The Thing.
Okay.
And then we checked out The Fostered. I saw that on Prime.
The Fostered. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's about two little girls who lose their mom. The dad kills mom, and then they go to a foster home.
Okay.
And they kind of realized that the husband's a dick, so they got to get rid of him.
Ooh, okay.
And then I checked out Hunting Season, the new Mel Gibson movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what do you think of that?
That was actually pretty good. It was pretty much, he lives up in the woods with his daughter. Mm-hmm. And, have you seen it?
I've seen, like, some internet snippets, and I think I saw the original trailer. It looked pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Okay.
And then I checked out Muzzle, City of Wolves. That's a part 2 to the first one.
There's a Muzzle part 1?
Yeah, it's got that guy in it that, oh my God, he's the blonde actor that played the Joker and Batman.
Heath Ledger?
No.
Jared Leto.
No. It's the, oh God, I always get these two guys mixed up. Because there's the other actor that looks like him. Paul Eckhart, is that his name? Or Aaron Eckhart?
Oh, okay.
Eckhart?
Oh, that was Two-Face.
Oh, okay. Two-Face, yes, that's right.
There's a bunch of Batman dorks out there breaking pencils in half right now, Monica. Aaron Eckhart was never the Joker. God damn it!
But yeah, he plays a cop, and in the first one, he's got a German Shepherd. I think it's a German Shepherd dog, and the canine gets killed.
Oh.
Yeah, and then he gets a new dog, and they go after the criminals that killed his dog.
Okay.
And then part 2 kind of continues on from there.
Okay.
And this one did not have a happy ending. I was surprised.
Oh.
Like, I'm on no happy ending. This is bullshit.
Well, that's like a trend that's going on right now. You know?
Yeah, it was very disappointing.
Yeah, we seem to be really into being depressed. I don't know why.
And then I finally got to watch The Rock's new movie, The Smashing Machine.
Oh, nice. What'd you think of that?
I liked it. I kind of thought that guy was a dick in real life, but
this was the biography about
the UFC fighter.
Yeah. Which one was it?
I can't think of his name.
Okay.
Smashing. Yeah, I'm not sure of his name. Surprisingly, the guy lives here in Scottsdale.
That doesn't surprise me. Big MMA crowd down there in Arizona.
Yeah, but The Rock did a really good job. And so, yeah, and that's actually all I got to watch.
Okay, right on. Well, I guess it's time for some immersion therapy then, my love.
Okay.
Immersion therapy.
Monica, what did you think of Rare Exports?
I didn't get to see it.
Oh, you clown. It is a very interesting... Okay, so if you say Christmas horror, the first thing that usually comes to mind is some kind of a Santa Claus slasher, right?
Right.
You have your Silent Night, Deadly Night. You have that Tales from the Crypt. You have Silent Night, Bloody Night, which doesn't stray very far from the formula. But then you get into rare... what was the one we watched? Bloody Christmas. Same thing. You have a killer running around in a Santa Claus outfit, butchering people. That's fine. Now we're going to take it in a whole nother direction. We literally have an army of naked Santas running through the Finnish countryside, tearing up everything, because there is a weird Christmas deity that has been uncovered under the ice in this weird mining operation, and they're trying to set it free so that it can bring about the Crispocalypse or something like that.
Oh.
It's a whole ass thing, dude. And we got like a reindeer regiment lined up, and they're going to do like a flanking maneuver to help set this thing free. It's a whole ass thing. It is very original, I'll tell you that. It made me terrified of all Santa Clauses, just because naked ones running through the woods is very scary. I shouldn't call them Santa Clauses. It's more like naked, bearded, old, fat men, because that's what they are. And they look more like homeless guys, I found, than actual Santa Clauses. But what is Santa without his red and white outfit? He's just a fat guy with a beard, right? Ooh.
Yeah. Was this movie in English?
If you watch it on Shudder, yeah, I believe it's subtitled. Or
okay.
I think you might be able to find an English dubbed version somewhere, maybe on one of the other streamers. But it's out there, man. It's a whole ass thing. I'm not a huge Christmas horror guy to begin with, but this one I found to be very original, very. It's almost like it's almost more like a zombie situation but with a bunch of fucking naked Santa Clauses. It's wild, man. It's wild.
I think I want to watch this.
Check it out, streaming on Shudder. It's original, if nothing else. It may not be your cup of tea, but it is definitely something to watch if you're in the mood for Christmas horror, because this one is Christmas to the bone.
Okay.
What do you got for us this week there, Monica?
Oh, we are going to check out on Tubi. We're going to watch the movie called Match from 2025 this year.
Very cool, inmates. Check that shit out, and we will do the same and compare notes next week. But now it is time for a round of Who is Daddy?
Who is Daddy?
First, my clues from last week. Well, I was about to get on an airplane, and I'm one of these weird old-fashioned guys that just doesn't like having a phone attached to me because I don't like anybody having access to me on a 24-hour basis. So I used a pay phone because this movie is a little dated. And I called my agent, and I got off the phone, and then out of nowhere, all hell broke loose. People started yelling and screaming and fighting each other. I had to fight my way out of the airport. Me and a lonely mailman, who also does not have a cell phone, held up in a hotel for a couple of days, and then we had to make our way out because we started getting weird dream messages to go to a certain place where there was no cell reception. And when we got there, I was hoping to find my son, thinking he might have also escaped because he isn't old enough to have a cell phone, and I haven't bought him one yet, but sometimes he uses my ex-wife's phone to play games and stuff. But that didn't quite work out. Big apocalypse. I don't know what's going on. Basically, anybody that was on their phone, and by on their phone, I mean looking at their phone, talking to somebody on their phone, playing music from their phone, streaming something to their phone, at a certain day, on a certain time, basically became a zombie. And that sucks, because now I'm the only one that's not a zombie. I am, of course, Cell, from 2012, I believe, starring John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson. Have you seen this one, Monica?
Yes, I have. Not
a bad show. I discussed the marketing disaster that it was and what a blockbuster it was supposed to be, but It's okay. I would say it's okay. What did you think of the Cell? Or Cell?
I thought it was okay as well. I mean, it makes you wonder if shit like that could really happen.
Would not surprise me for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, I got to get you off the phone because I don't want to turn into a zombie.
Oh, God.
Oh, forget about it. Who might I be this week, you ask? Well, inmates... Well, inmates, I am a young lady whose younger brother just got released out of custody. It's a weird situation. Excuse me. Some questions about the death of our parents. It was a weird thing. Now, I know what really happened. He knows what really happened, but I don't think he can admit to himself what really happened because it's a little out there. Make a long story short, we found ourselves a haunted piece of furniture, and we didn't know it was, well, I've come to understand that it was haunted, and it made our dad do some very bad things, and then it made our mom go and do some even worse things, and then we had to do some bad things to basically stay alive. And it's nasty. I managed to get the fuck out of there. My younger brother, on the other hand, got blamed for the entire shit, and he got put away for a long time, but now he's out, and I got to reconvince him of what really happened, because he's been conditioned to believe that it was all his fault, but he's been rehabilitated. But now I got to bring him back to reality and remind him of what this item was and what it did. That's the bad news. The good news is that I now own the item, and I've taken the liberty of putting it up at our old house, and I've got cameras everywhere, and I'm going to document how this item affects people and how I can clear my younger brother's name. We just need to make sure that we follow my procedures and process to the T, because it's all sorted out here, and that's how we're going to survive, and that's how we're going to clear my brother's name. And goddamn, I hope we don't fuck this up, because if we do, we're probably both fucked. So fucking fuck. Who might I be, inmates? Tune in next year, and I will drop some knowledge on you. In the meantime, I think that's about going to do it for us tonight. Monica, you got anything else?
No, thanks, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, you crazy fucking maniacs, and thank you for joining us in 2025. We look forward to seeing you in 2026. We're going to kick it off with The Town That Dreaded Sundown. We are going to bring you, and I shit you not, inmates, an entire year of originals versus remakes. We are locked in. I've got the whole schedule dialed in for us. We're going to blow your mind. We're going to bring to light some things that you may not have expected. We're going to open your eyes to some remakes that may, in fact, be better than the originals. That is possible. Whether you admit it or not, it is a very real possibility, and we're going to open your eyes to all that in 2026. Hopefully Dusty can make it back. Maybe we'll even see Buddy. Buddy might be alive somewhere. I don't know. Get him to clock out for 5 fucking minutes and come join us. I don't know. In the meantime, that's it for us. Thank you again for joining us in 2025. We'll see you in 2026. For Dusty and Absentia, Miss Monica, who is here, fucking vampires who will and could possibly beat the Umbrella Corporation, haunted pieces of furniture and the things that they will make you do, Italians, Italian food, Italian women, ladies and gentlemen, oh my God, and the mysterious reasons that they find to pull their boobs out, seemingly for whatever, just cause, I don't know, maybe they need to breathe. And the Padded Room Podcast. I'm afraid visiting hours are over.
Bye.